Hi, I'm Maggie.
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
A Very Bookish Podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to A Very Bookish Podcast. We are here with episode 56, and it is our second episode of the year, and we have a very, very special guest. We have my friend Tanya here. Hello, Tanya. How are you? Oh, I can't hear you too much.
No?
That
There
was
you
just
go.
a really
There you
loud
go.
hi. It was
Yeah,
so
it
high
was a
pitched
really-
that the microphone didn't
Yeah.
catch it.
It was a really
Like,
hi. No,
Oh.
that was great.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. How am I? I'm okay. How are you?
Doing good. Doing better. A little bit after a
How are you, Maggie?
I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown, but we're not going to discuss that. So
Yeah, it's okay.
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 We move.
We move.
All right.
We're on
We move.
just
day by day.
fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Right.
My
Exactly
motto
that.
for the last 21 years.
Yeah. Love that for you. You're 20. I'm sorry. You're 21?
I turned 21 in 2 weeks.
Mm,
I'm sorry. You're 20?
Yeah.
yeah.
You were born in 2001?
One? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you joking? Is she joking?
What age
No.
did you? When did you think I was?
Like 23?
Oh,
Maybe?
that feels
That's a good age.
That's a good age.
I think it's because I'm
Yeah.
friends with Grace. That's why people think I'm older.
Maybe. Interesting. I wish I was 20.
I hate it.
I wish I could redo my 20s. The
I
decisions
was
I
living
You're
life.
still in your 20s.
I'm 25, so technically
You still
I'm on
got 5 years left. There's a lot to do in 5 years.
and these past 5 years went not amazing. So
I know exactly
Mm.
who.
yeah. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
talk about that.
But
anyway.
too much on the podcast. We've literally
Anyways.
shit on him on the podcast so many times.
Anyways. So
Tanya.
Tanya, why don't you give us a little background about who you are and a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Tanya. I'm 26. I'm a Scorpio.
Oh.
I'm from Jamaica. And I'm a bookstagrammer / book talker.
Cool.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
At the moment.
What kind of books do you read?
This question stresses me out because I feel like I'm still so new and I never really know what the answer is. But I guess dark romance, contemporary.
Mostly romance, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only dipped my feet in the fantasy pool once.
Mhm.
I might go back, but there's too much. It's a lot. There's
It's
too
an
thick.
audiobook. They require an audiobook.
They're fantasy books are hard to, because it's a whole world that you have to digest, and when you're diving into something that's in like contemporary world or a
Mhm.
world that's like, you know, more realistic, you just kind of jump in and then you just get whatever the storyline is, whereas fantasy,
Yeah.
you're just rewriting everything. So I get that. So mostly romance. But let's start with how you started your journey on Instagram first. So
Yeah.
tell us about that.
I started, I believe, January 3rd or February 3rd of last year. I don't know how I started, to be honest. I don't remember. I remember the first books I read, but I don't remember what made me go on Instagram and like look for like book content, or like I don't remember how I found the world. But I started it. And at first I was just like watching different people. I'm like, what do people do here? And then I saw like a bunch of different people who are like super into aesthetics, people who didn't even show their identity. They just like took pictures of books and different stuff like that. And then I just made one and I just started talking on my stories, being dramatic, being loud. And then in July, I started Book Talk. I didn't show my face for like 2 months on there. I was just like doing like pictures on the screen of like tropes and stuff like that. And then I started doing like funny audios. And then, yeah, now I'm here.
And now you're here.
Now I'm here.
But that's very different because like most of the people in the community started on TikTok, and then
I've noticed that.
That's how I did it. Because I
you're
started
different.
Yeah.
I've noticed that because I feel like when I started, really, I just wanted to talk to people because, of course, my mom didn't get it. She was like, "You're reading so many books. Like, how can you sit and stay focused for that long?" Like, that was her whole thing. Like, how do I focus for that long? And I'm like, Mom, it's like a movie in your head because I'm a visual reader. Like, I know there's some people who read and they're like, it's just words on paper. They don't see anything. But I fully play out everything in my brain. So when I started it, I was like, oh, I want to talk to more people who can like relate to like falling in love with words on paper. So I feel like Bookstagram is more one-on-one. You can be in the DMs, and I feel like TikTok is more comments. Like, I don't know anyone who's like active in their TikTok DMs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was looking for
TikTok DMs is a little different because like TikTok DMs works weird because it's like sometimes you can message a creator and then sometimes you can't. Instagram just feels more personal because you do have that message option in it. It's a better system, I think, on Instagram when it comes to like DMing people, and it's like you can see that you have message requests. On TikTok, it sometimes doesn't show if you have requests or not. So
it's not. So who was your first like book-ish friend that you made?
My first actual friend, I want to say, is Logan, which is LCS Bookstagram. I think it was Logan, or maybe like someone. I don't want to say what I was about to say. Maybe someone else, and I'm just not thinking about it. Maybe we don't speak anymore. But like, I think it was Logan, the first person I gave my number to. Like, I was like, okay. But I was talking to random people like all the time, like about books. But like a friend, I think it was Logan.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like on Instagram you're able to like connect more with your followers a lot more.
Yeah.
And they can keep like they respond to your story. I love Instagram stories. I love them so much. I use them way too much, but you know, that's whatever. But I do like it when like followers will like swipe up and they'll like keep updated with you and how you're going through Instagram. I wish TikTok kind of had that, but I feel like TikTok would mess it up.
I would be posting on that daily. TikTok had stories.
I don't know if I would use TikTok stories.
Because then their messaging doesn't work either. It has to come like in a package deal. They have to update their whole system with messaging. Yeah. And that's going to take forever. So,
yeah. Because they just rolled out this like feature where you can like repost like things from your For You page to show your followers. But I don't even really know if that's going to be effective.
Is it like that new recommended thing?
No, it's literally like a repost. I saw someone on my timeline, one of my mutuals, repost something of another book talker, and her name was like right there, and it was like so and so reposted this, and I've done it, but I obviously can't see my own reposts, and then the creator that you're reposting has to have it on, and it's like this whole thing. It's really new, but like I feel like I don't want it to turn into like a Twitter feed. You know what I mean? Like we already don't even really control what we see on our For You page unless we like train it by the stuff that we like and favorite and all that. So I don't know. I don't want it to be too congested or too.
Especially since we don't spend a lot of time scrolling on Book Talk. Like, I don't know, like when I first started out on Book Talk, I would only scroll on Book Talk. But I was talking with Pauline when I saw her, and I was like, it gives me anxiety now to swipe through Book Talk sometimes. Because I just like, so I have like a whole like separate account that I just scroll through TikTok, and that's how I get all my sounds and stuff, or like my audios.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, but just scrolling through Book Talk sometimes, I see videos and I'm like,
okay, yeah. Same. I have two accounts. I have my Book Talk, and then I have like a personal account. And then the Book Talk account, I feel like now it's kind of congested because I just started liking whatever. But sometimes it gets annoying. I can't even lie. Like when there's one trend that everyone is doing, and you scroll and the same person just uses. I feel like real like regular TikTok kind of more fun.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah.
all over the place. My For You page is filled with dog videos, with cooking videos, with movie edits, with Marvel, with Disney, big time Disney. I'm all over the place.
I'm on the Eternals edit side of TikTok right now on my personal one. So, because Eternals just came on Disney Plus, and so like, I'm getting all of the edits and stuff for all the characters, and I am living for it. It has been my whole page, and so I keep getting Druig video edits, and I keep sending them to Grace because we both love him, and we'll say
I was
that
watching
does
it
make me
earlier
happy.
today. Yeah.
I love that.
Some of the edits are good.
Yeah, they are. Okay. So, do you, based on this conversation, you like Instagram more than you like TikTok?
Yeah. I feel like I use them for different things. Instagram, I can do whatever I want, and I can say whatever I want. I can control who I talk to, who talks to me, pretty much where my content goes. TikTok, I have to be like very strategic with what I put in my videos, the hashtags I use, and stuff like that. Because if your video gets on the wrong side of TikTok, like sex talk, I was on sex talk once, and that was a wild place. Everyone is in my comments telling me their sex stories and all this other stuff, and then you get on mom TikTok because there might be a pregnancy trope in the book or like a breeding schmink, and then those come in the comments like, I just had a baby 6 months ago and I wouldn't want to do. So yeah, because I feel like TikTok, I just post what I want and then I dip and then I go back and like respond to comments. So like I don't see too much or let too much get into me or affect me. Instagram, it's my safe space, I think.
I feel like because TikTok now has been like, TikTok is really, you have to like, for book talk specifically, you have to play into the algorithm of like posting at like, and having the certain hashtags that are really popular on book talk at the moment. And like, it feels so calculated now for TikTok because it used to feel like book talk, I think like in the YA fantasy like part, it was like a lot of fun to just like post like, you had like meme content from like Six of Crows and stuff that people would review, and you had like a lot of people doing that stuff or like video edits and stuff of like fan art. But like in the romance community, there's just not a lot of fan art and like enough fan art. There's fan art, but there's just not enough in my opinion. So I feel like with Instagram.
Romances, but the romance genre, they're starting to get more fan art.
They are.
It's starting to like, it's starting to pick up. It's not nowhere near to like other like type of genres, but it's starting to get
editions. People are starting to do special editions of like the books and stuff because Katie Robert, I think it's Sierra Simone's Saints, the Priest series. I forgot what they called it. I forgot what this trilogy is called, but that series also got like a special box. I know.
They did.
Zodiac Academy. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for that one. That one's like,
I'm gonna start that this year, but like the month before book, what is it, 8 or 7 comes out?
7 came out in December, and then 8 is coming out.
So the last book is 8.
I think so.
Yeah.
Which would
so I'll start the month before because those cliffhangers. Because I read Ruthless was the Zodiac? Was that the RH?
Yeah.
With the girl who was trying to figure out who killed her brother?
No.
Yeah. Ruthless Boys of the Zodiac, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the one, yeah.
I read that one. And the cliffhangers were brutal.
Dude,
so
Zodiac,
I can't do cliffhangers.
I had to stop reading after book 5 because book 6 was the only one that was out and 7 wasn't coming out for another 5 months, and I was like, I can't. So I'm getting the bookish box editions though because it's at my birthday is when they come out, and so I'm like, drop some. So
Caroline Peckham and Susan Valenti are known for their cliffhangers. They're like
it's like shocking. And I kind of I sometimes enjoy that because it's like a long series book. And like I literally was posted on my Instagram today about like Sierra Simone. I'm reading the new Camelot series, and I can see it behind you. I'm on American King right now, and I cannot for the life of me finish it. Like, it is taking me off. It's been over a week.
Why?
Wait, why? You just don't want to finish it, or
I don't know. I'm literally on page, like, maybe I just hit 200 today, and I have an audiobook for it, and I listen to audiobooks at like 2.5x speed. So it's like, I don't know why, but it's just
that book.
Okay.
The
spice in that series alone, I'm like,
this 5 out of 5.
Sierra Simone can write a good sex scene.
Yes, she
like,
can. Yes, she can.
The emotion.
She does everything like right. The emotion is there. The angst is there. The dirty talk is there. The description. 5 out of 5.
Especially from the male's POV. Male's POVs, I love.
I love male's POV.
Same.
So good.
Same.
Her style of writing is like really like so good.
Yeah,
so good.
I've never read a bad book by her.
What all have you read from her?
I've read Priest, Sinner, Saint, New Camelot. I read the novella that came after New Camelot. It's for, what's his name? What's the old guy's name? You're reading it right now. Tell me his name.
Merlin?
Yes, he has a book. And then the President's Squire has a book. And I have Thorn Chapel on my TBR, but I'm scared to read it because
I bought that book at the Ripped Bodice. That's what I bought. That's one of the books I bought at the Ripped Bodice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Logan has read pretty much everything Sierra Simone, and she said that one is a little mindfuck. So I'm kind of scared.
Oh dear.
I'm kind of very scared. I gotta tread carefully when jumping into this because I'm a sensitive girl.
Yeah, Grace, I know you're not going to read Priest. We already talked about that, but the new Camelot series.
Probably don't.
Yeah, that's
I know that's too much for Grace, but like there was one plot point. I'm not going to say anything, but it was like one plot point where I was like, "Is this going where I think it's going?" And I was like,
Priest.
No, in the new Camelot, between two characters,
Ash and a lady,
and a lady, and
his past lady friend.
Yeah, and you're like, oh,
yeah. A lot of people stopped after that revelation, but I feel like if you
power through,
I don't know. Yeah, like I mean, it's kind of crazy.
But it's also
it was exactly
like she writes. I read a book called Hot Cop by her and Laura Lynn Page because they're both based in Kansas City. Well, Laura Lynn lives in Texas now, but all of their books take place in Kansas City, which I love because I live in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. Well, my parents do, but Kansas City. Oh. Sorry, my teacher is emailing me. Sorry, my professor just emailed me.
I was like, are we in trouble here?
Okay, so I have a question now. Since what book, because I don't think you can go that much into the scene, but what book has been like the most intense, spicy scenes that just like blew your mind and you were just like, wow, this is intense?
I'm gonna go with American Queen, or maybe it's American Prince, but in New Camelot book 2, there was an apple scene with all 3 of them.
An apple?
It's so good.
He made her bite an apple and she had to keep it in her mouth while they did some activities. And you know, there's a lot of BDSM. So a lot of
it's a sub-dom relationship.
It's very much that. That scene was very intense. Wedding night was very intense.
Second wedding night is what I just left off at.
Second wedding night?
So she smashes the president, and then the president and the vice president smash each other, and she smashes him too. So it's like MMS. So they're all entwined.
It's an actual.
So they wanted the relationship to be equal.
So they married. Yeah. Everyone married each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they had a wedding ceremony.
Wow.
And yeah. So, another book. Distorted by Nyla K. It's based in prison.
You were just talking about that one the other day.
Between a guard and an inmate. I read it a long time ago, but like March of last year.
Please explain.
And I think, what is it? DubCon? It was DubCon?
Yeah. Is that what it?
And I think it was the first time I had ever read that, where I was like, ooh. And I was like, ooh.
I'm feeling some type of way.
So it was very, but Nyla knows how to write smut. Nyla K, she writes pretty much MMS, which is my thing. So that was pretty intense. And then Priceless by Miranda Silver. Mm-hmm. That book. It's about a guy and a girl, college students. She's broke, and he offers to pay her for her services. And there's a lot of dumb subplay, praise, degradation.
Right up my alley.
5 out of 5.
Okay. Okay.
I've revealed too much about myself on this podcast. So Ada, if you're listening, please leave.
I feel like I'm telling a lot right now.
You're not. Okay. So since we're all adults here, and we like reading our smut, what are like to be like, how do I say this? To become your favorite scene, what kind of schminks does it need to have in order to be like?
You can say
best?
Kinks.
I don't know. I can't.
She's TikTok talking right now.
Yeah,
she's censoring herself.
Get used to it, okay? Sometimes you can't unlearn it. Anyways, your top, let's say like top 3 kinks.
I need praise. I need good girls.
Yeah.
I need good girl. I need that's it. I need all of that. I need talking.
I need communications.
So, we're gonna put praise, dirty talk, and degradation under communication. So that's one.
Yeah. That's one.
Okay. Heavy description. Like, I want to know where he's looking. I want to know how they're breathing. I want to know where the leg is. I want to know everything.
You want like the director's cut right there.
Yes. I don't want anything left unsaid about what is happening. I want you to take me there. All right. Description.
Okay.
And then the third one, it needs to be long. Right. I don't want to use my imagination. So I think that's piggybacking off description. Like, I want everything to happen. I want to start here. I want us to go here, then there, and then the main act. And then, yeah.
So foreplay.
Oh, yeah.
Plus.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm talking like
plus penetration.
And
then after.
Yes. There we go. Thank you. Thank you.
I love how y'all are just like, so this stuff, and I'm like, foreplay.
Hey,
I'm like trying to like filter myself. Like, I need this.
It's okay. I mark this as like not for kids on YouTube, so they can't really.
Okay, great.
Like...
Perfect.
And if you're under 18, please stop listening now.
Yeah, you should not be listening to us. Anyway,
wrong spot.
Maggie, what's yours?
I have to have tension. One, there has to be some tension in the scene where it's like, at least with like, so for like, because I'm reading the series right now, the new Camelot, even though it is like a dub, it's a dom sub relationship, there's still like a lot of tension because Greer never knows what's gonna happen. There's always like that anticipation tension between VP and the president, there's all the tension in the book. Oof. And then I think 2 would have to be communication, where like she's like, yeah, there. Or I don't remember what book I read, but she like literally had to guide him because he was like, I don't know what to do, and she's like, oh, let me show you. That like I like the communication part, so I need tension, communication, and then I don't know. It has to hit right. I don't know how to say it, but like sometimes there's like sex scenes. Like I read 365 Days, and the sex scenes in that book, I was just like, it didn't make me blush. It needs to be able to make me blush.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able. I want to like be able to be like in public. Like I don't want to just be able to be like. I need to feel something a little bit. So
yeah,
mine are more vague because I'm very like a personal like. Oh, sometimes people will read scenes and I'm like, didn't hit right for me, and they're like, how? And I'm like, just didn't hit. So
it's
just I feel like everyone's spice scale is different too. Like what would hit for you won't hit for someone else. So yeah.
What about you,
Grace? I need that communication. Needs to be like I need us like a full ass conversation about what's going on and what you will do and everything. I need all of that, and I need there to be like some type of like, I don't want to say aggression, but just like some type of like, this is give me a little like, let me know that this is yours. Don't just tell me, show me, I need to feel that.
You need the throat grabbing. Gluck 3000 is what you need.
Oh yeah, and then my third one, I love it when she goes down. I love that. That has I do. And you know why? And you know why? Because it's about a transference of power. You know? If like the person giving, that person holds the power. Like it doesn't even have to be about the person giving anymore. It's all about the person receiving, and it's all about them,
And when they realize it too.
Yeah,
when they realize they're like, oh, both. I literally have him like wrapped around my finger.
Yeah, I need that both. I need it to be like, I don't want it to be like where the guy's like, oh yeah, you're mine, nobody can touch you. But the girl is also like that too. I need her to be a little possessive over her man. So I need that. I need communication. I need that possessiveness. I need that like, this is breaking the tension that has been building up this entire time. And I need both the give and take. That's what I need. I need that.
Love that. Yeah. That's a good list, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a starting point, and then we got a whole bunch of, everything else under stuff. But if it has those 3 things, I'm for sure gonna enjoy it. For sure. But here we are. So
that.
Love that. We Grace always likes to tell me that you love romances. So if you, this is going to probably be a hard like question, so you might have to think about it a little bit, but if you were to select like your top 3 recommendations for romance that aren't very like, I know you're not going to say red, white, and royal blue because that is literally not like it's not like,
I've never even read that.
Yeah, but like what are your like top 3 romances?
Top 3.
Thunder.
I really
because I think
you can say more than that. But if you had to recommend to someone,
the ones that I talk about a lot: Ache and Without You by Marley Valentine. One is Dead Brother's Boyfriend. It's kind of messed up. The brother dies, and then the ex and the brother who's alive grieve together. Then there is Ache, which is best friends to lovers, but one of the best friends is engaged and they go to Vegas. What happens in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas. So there is cheating in that one, but I loved it. I know. I know. And then I would have to say,
You lost me there.
I'm sorry.
I
I
said
know
you
cheating
lost
is a
me
weird
there.
one.
That's a hard one for
I
a
know
lot of
cheating.
people, but it's okay.
Yeah. And then Distorted by Nyla K. It's prison inmate officer. And it's a mind trip. Like, I'm still not 100% sure I understood what the hell happened in that book.
Oh.
But isn't that
Still.
the best book? Because it like stays with you. Like
Yeah. I'm still thinking about it. Like the what she wrote all the way up until 70%. And when she told us this one thing, I was like, wait, what do you mean? Like, that's not right.
So I'm gonna need you to send me this link to this book so I can read it, and then
Like, legit. And I was mad. So I like DM'd her, and that's how we became friends. I was like, wait, what does this mean? Like, spell it out for me. What does this line mean? Are you telling me this is what happened? She was like, yeah, babe. And then she's like, if you go back to this, it'll tell you. And then I was like, oh, you got me fucked up. But it was the best. It was the best book. I think those three, because those kind of give you everything you need. Like, you get the romance in it. Like, if someone's wanting to read Evan for the first time and they're like, I don't know if I want to read about two men, like, you know, it gives you the romance, it gives you the angst, it gives you the steam, as if it was a regular MF, but it's just two men.
Mm-hmm.
So those three.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You're definitely going to be reading that. You're going to be like, oh, I'm eating this up. Huh, Maggie?
I'm interested. I mean, because like I've read like FF, which sounds weird to say FF when like MM just flows better. But
MM
I've read, like,
flows together.
Yeah.
FF is like
weird.
I've read like some lesbian ones, but like I don't know. Sometimes I just need to find ones that hit right. Because some of them I like read and I'm like, this still feels like high school. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, there's some books that, yes, they're adults, but like, that's what I hate sometimes, is that's why I kind of hate the like, the back and forth of like, The Stopover by T.L. Swan, or I'm not going to say the other book. Never mind. We're not going to talk about that book. Grace knows exactly what book I'm talking about, but I hated the like off and on, where it was like one chapter she liked him and wanted to be with him, and then the next she was like no, and then she was like yes, and then no, and I'm like, dude, you're not in fucking high school anymore. Like, stop.
I hate that book. I'm sorry. Grace, I know you're a fan, right?
I am a fan. And it's okay. It's okay.
No.
I mean,
no. Those are the books those are the books that ruined audiobooks for me, because I listened to the single mom one. I listened to that one and she was fucking annoying.
She did irritate me. I
wanted to wring her neck in. Like, it was just so much. Like, the part where her son had a bad day and he told her and she like went up to the job. I'm like, huh? You did what? No.
Mm-hmm. She did irritate me.
And they were just too long.
I was there for him. Not really for her. She was whatever, but him. I liked him. I don't know. It's because I really like books like the single mom trope. I do like that one because I want a man who's gonna step up and be who I need him to be, you know? So yeah, I like that. But I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, especially all of you guys. Like you, Pauline, do not like that book, which is fine because I like it. So it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. And I don't hate you for liking it. I love that you love it. I love that for you.
Thank you.
I
appreciate you.
Yeah. You know, that's what I'm here for.
And that is a lesson for book talk, that you can still have friends who might not like the same books you like. Because do you get those comments a lot where people will comment on your like video about you gushing about a book and they're like, oh, I didn't like this book, and you're like,
girl,
I hate those comments. I literally went, did I ask for your opinion?
I delete those.
Like,
because what did that do for you?
Exactly. Like
I took time out of my day to record a video about something that I enjoyed, host it for other people to relate to who also enjoyed it. And you, as someone who didn't enjoy it, took the time out of your day to tell me something you didn't like about something I liked. Why are you trying to shit on me? Like, why are you trying to take my joy? And like what, and then sometimes I feel like people on TikTok think you don't see the notifications. Like, what did you want me to feel when I saw you say you didn't like something I like? Like, I just want to know. So yeah, I delete those. Or sometimes I'm like, okay, thanks. I didn't ask.
I literally like, did I ask for your opinion? I'm like, I didn't ask. Like,
yeah,
some people on TikTok just like on Book Talk specifically just love to hate on books that they like love the trend of like, oh, because this book is popular right now, I'm gonna hate on it.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
like,
I hate that. I don't like that because that's not what we're here for. We didn't start Bookstagram and Book Talk to talk about books we didn't like.
Yeah.
We started to talk about books we love.
If I don't like a book, I don't post about it at all.
Facts.
Same.
Like if I'm reading something and I've been updating in my stories or whatever, and I end up not liking it, I'll just say it wasn't for me. I won't post a review and give it 1 star and talk shit about this author's work. Like, that's not what I'm here for. People who do
That's
that,
not
I'm
what
just
we're
like,
trying to do.
like, what do you get out of that?
I
Weird.
really question those type of creators who like thrive on like their negative reviews, and it's just like, oh my goodness,
It's giving weird, very much weird.
What do you like then? Like, what is
exactly
that? Like, come on.
Yeah, I've seen pages who literally just post about bad books.
Oh, not interested. Every time I see it, not interested. Not
Yeah,
interested because it
not, confuses me.
Yeah, I want to hear what you love and why I should love it too, and then let me go pick it up and read it. And if it's not for me, it's not for me. And if it's for me, then cool,
Right.
But
exactly.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But that's like a pet peeve of mine with Book Talk.
Oh, big time. What's a book series? This one I'm asking, and I feel like I know the answer. What's a book series that you read through and it still stuck with you after a while?
I don't want to give the answer that I know you're thinking of because it's everyone's answer.
I think I know.
Not everyone we've had on it hasn't really talked about it, so.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give a different answer. The Blindfold Club series by Nikki Sloan.
Okay.
Right, it's about a BDSM club, and the workers in there, they each get a storyline, and it's really hot. They're really short, straight to the point, smutty, but like really good. It's kind of all smut, no plot, but then like there is a plot, and it's like, okay, you can stay. That, and then the Ravenhood series by Kate Stewart ruined my life.
I haven't read that series, and everybody keeps talking about it.
I haven't finished the last book.
I feel like the last book kind of is like a throwaway. Like I appreciated it, but I don't feel like we needed it. But then I also loved the groveling. So it's like,
I mean, the story really ends in Exodus. Like it feels like it, like that's why I'm not rushing to read it, because like the second book felt like it broke my heart. I'm like tearing up thinking about that book. Like it broke my heart.
I don't.
And so I'm like, why do I want to put myself through that again? Because people said they cried at the finish line too, and I'm like,
I did too. I sobbed for Exodus for like 3 full days.
Dude, Exodus, I was like, this is not gonna make me cry. I was like, I'll handle this. I got the end of part 2. I sat there for like a solid 30 minutes and was sobbing my eyes out, and I was in bed with my sister. And my sister looked over me and she's like,
are you okay?
She's like, okay? She's like a freshman in high school, so she's like looking at me. She's like, why are you crying? She should be used to me crying, but she was like, I was like,
yeah. This was when I was new to reading, so I read it in like March of last year. I didn't know anything going into it. Like I didn't read the synopsis. I didn't see any spoilers. I knew nothing about it. I got the recommendation from Pauline from TikTok. And she was like raving about it for like days on end. And I was like, let me see what this is about. So I just read it. And I had never read anything like that in a book before. Like I didn't know people did that to their characters. Like I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah. Well,
so I was shocked. I was like, okay, maybe it's a joke.
Her writing,
I was like, maybe it's a joke. And I was like,
yeah,
it's a lot. First of all, the first book, I swear to God, I didn't know what was happening until the last page.
The first book was the most confusing book of the entire series.
Literally.
I literally read it. I was like, who do I trust?
I thought it was like, is this all fictional? Like, is she asleep? Is she in a coma? Is she really
I
at
thought she
home
was
with her father? Like,
hallucinating. I thought she was hallucinating the entire thing. I was like, wait, is this real? I was
I was
like,
like,
is this
yeah,
fake? Like,
yeah.
didn't trust anything in that book. That whole book, I was like, they're
It was a
lying.
mindfuck.
They're lying. I was like, but the lake scene in
Ooh,
that book.
child. I did not see that coming. Like, I knew where they were gonna go, but I didn't know it was gonna be that day. And I was like,
The path
oh,
that they followed, I was like, oh,
I can dig it. I can dig it.
I enjoyed it. It
Like,
was
you
great.
need to hurry up, Grace.
I will. I have the first one. It's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to get out of this reading slump. I'm trying.
Grace?
Oh, yeah.
I'm fighting for my life, okay?
Reading slumps be
trying.
having you in a chokehold. You be fighting for your life in reading slumps.
I haven't been the same since, that whole long ass series that I read in a week. I shouldn't
Wait, which
have
series
done
is that?
Brutal Birthright.
Brutal Birthright?
I read it in 2 days.
I marathoned that too. 6 books?
She's excessive. She's excessive, okay?
I mean,
I have all the audiobooks, and she listened to all the audiobooks so fast. And I was just like,
I was listening to them at 3x speed.
Oh, that's probably why. I'm like a 1.5.
Yeah.
If I listen to audios.
I'm a 1.5.
If I told you I had ADHD, would it make sense?
Probably. Maybe.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
I have to.
Yeah.
That's why American King has taken me so long, because if I can't move through a book really fast, so I'm in a reading slump at the moment.
Take your time, because I wanted to send her a medical bill for what is that term? Like emotion. I was in emotional distress. Like, I was in distress. Like, I couldn't.
Dude, the reveal
it was not a fun time.
of what happened to not Ash, who's the other one? Embry. What happened to him? I was like,
wait, is this series like 3 POVs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first book is 1
and POV. It's told in past and present.
Yeah, and then the second book is 2 POVs.
I think it's all 3. Greer is the least in book 2. It's more Ash and Emery in book 2, because then we get to see them when they were at war, because it's the president and vice president, and they were in the military.
And then
so we
book
get
3 is a lot of Ash too at the moment.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because they're all like on the cover. So you have Greer on the cover for the first one, and then I'm gonna display it when I finish. I'm gonna display them. So
I'm gonna read that one too. It's just, I don't like that. I don't like jumping into books when I'm in the middle of a reading slump. I need to read books that I don't really care about, because if I start reading a book that I care about in the middle of a slump and I give up halfway and I DNF it, I'm like, damn, I was really excited about that. And now
I don't do that either.
Grace
that's why I can't
hasn't really
read The Rebel right now. I can't read The Rebel right now. That's what I'm on.
Please don't, because if you end up hating that man, I
know.
I won't be well.
I saw
I did read like a couple chapters like way before, and I really did enjoy it, and I really did like him. And
Miles is everything.
And now I had to stop it.
Did you? How you going? What? Maggie, how you go from binging 6 books in the span of, 2 days? And then you don't finish? You don't go to Kingmakers?
Okay. There's not audiobooks for the other 3. And they're thick books. And I'm like,
well, the Air audiobook just came out. So I'm hoping The Rebel comes out like in the next month, so that way I can pick it back up.
Because also like The Savage is coming out, and I'm like, well, I might as well just wait till all of them are out and then just binge read them all.
I'm so excited for that.
Because The Savage is
Sabrina.
There you go.
I don't think you haven't met her yet.
Yeah, you meet her in the beginning of Rebel.
Do you?
No, you meet her in
You do not meet her in the
in
air.
the air at the
No.
party at the concert that what's his name throws for Sebastian. She's there and
She is?
yeah, he tells her you got to go home because I don't want your dad to come after me because your dad's crazy.
Oh, dude.
That's at the beginning of the air. That's at the beginning of the air before the book even starts. Yes.
Maybe.
Girl, he puts her in the taxi to go home.
I remember the part.
Yeah.
And then she goes back anyway. But I feel like that's the rebel. Maybe. I don't know. Ignore me.
Oh, maybe it is the rebel. Oh, it is the rebel. It's the beginning of the rebel. It's the beginning of the rebel because Miles wants to go to LA.
Exactly. I'm like, a party. Miles wasn't in there, but yeah.
I don't remember, but I know it was in the beginning of the book. So I did meet her, and I thought she was pretty like funny.
She's badass.
Yeah.
Badass. Love her.
Maggie's favorite is like Nero, so I feel like Sabrina is definitely gonna be.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Grace called it. You were like Nero's gonna be your favorite, right?
I said either Nero or Miko.
They're my top two.
But I did not. That was my least favorite book. And you know I love A Captor Captive. See, but that book, I don't feel like their story did them justice. Like, I love both of them separately. I love their stories. I love their background. But the book,
there wasn't a lot of, I like the character themselves, but the relationship wasn't as developed as it should have been. Love Sophie Lark, but I just feel like a lot of it was they didn't really get together until like 90% of the way through. And I was like,
yeah, I wasn't convinced about them. Mm-hmm. Like, I was already head over heels for Miko with the beginning and his story and why he is the way he is. Like, I cried, I think.
Yeah.
Like, a little tear fell.
His whole story.
And I love Nessa, you know, being the youngest and being kind of gullible to the mafia side of her family and all that. But then once they get to the house and we see her day to day, and then we see his day to day, but then there's barely any of them together. And then the moments that they are together, it was kind of like, what are we doing here? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I really
so it wasn't my favorite. But
a little more tension and a little more build up.
Yeah.
But
it was good. It added to the rest of the family.
Yeah. So. Yeah. That's why I like the series.
Because I feel like it brings a family together. It's not, and even though she says that they're standalones, which they very much are, it's still one story. I feel like
it's all like connected. Like she says, standalones. Yeah. I'm like, no, they're not standalones. You need to read these together. You need to follow the plot that continues on, because every book, literally, what happens in the next book happens because of what happened in the first book. Or so on.
And there's no cliffhangers, but still, like, the story still continues and flows. Yeah. She's brilliant.
She is. Okay, so a couple more questions. If you had to pick 3 authors to read for the rest of your life, that it means books that they have published in the past and books that they will publish in the future, which 3 authors would you listen to for the rest of your life?
Daniel Allen.
Okay.
She's a sure
that
spot.
Would be on. Yeah.
She's a for sure solidified spot. Black female characters, strong male leads, strong female leads, book that I can relate to, things going on in real life, smut, romance, education. Like, you learn from the books, things you're probably like, oh, I didn't know that. Like, love Daniel Allen. Now to choose the rest, dude. Oh my gosh.
I have an idea for one. I'm hoping you're gonna say. I'm gonna wait and see if you say that one.
I'm nervous because I love so many authors, but I feel like the authors that I love, they each give me something different. Danielle is the only one I think who gives me everything, like possessive, smut, romance, suspense, like flirtiness, diverse. Why did you ask me these questions?
Make this a little hard for you.
Oh my god.
If it helps, I would not know my 3.
Then why would you ask me? Why would you ask me an impossible question?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say oh my god, Grace. Because Sophie Lark.
That's 2.
I want to say Sophie Lark.
Great plot lines.
Great plot lines, possessive alphas, strong female leads, romance, heart-wrenching, passionate romance, smut. You know, I need smut.
And darker. A little twisted.
A little twisted, a little crazy. Number 3. Jesus. Oh my god. I don't want to answer this. I'm looking at my shelf. I feel like my shelf should answer for me. I feel like it should. I'm gonna say Nikki Sloan.
I mean, most of the episode has been about her book, so I would figure, yeah.
Nikki Sloan. Yeah. I've pretty much read all of her books except 2. So I could not say her clearly. I love her work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love her. Yeah. Feel bad leaving people out. Like, can I do 5?
Yeah. You can do 5. I'll give you that. Give you 5.
Okay. She's like, okay, I'm saving all my friendships now.
Okay.
Now she's fighting to like try to pick out the last 2.
Like, okay, JT Geisinger. I've read almost all her work as well. She writes phenomenally. Female leads, very, very strong.
Is it like the Beasts and Gods or one of her like series is going like really popular right now on TikTok?
Queens and Monsters?
Yes, that series.
Queens
yes, I've been getting recommended that a lot.
It's Mafia. It's
so good.
So good. Like, so good. So good. Love her work. Most of her series are like interconnected, standalone characters show up in other books. And it's just like, I don't like to compare people, but like we were talking about Sophie Lark, where everything is connected and it's all one big family and everyone love that. So JT Geisinger. And then the last spot, geez, why did I ask for 5? Why did I do that? There's 2 that I want to say, but I feel like I have to say the one that I've read more of her work. QB Tyler.
That's the one I was wondering when that one was gonna come in. We were both waiting.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because QB writes mostly taboo, so that's not for everyone, but it is for me. So I had to include it because
I love certain taboos. So
yeah, so QB. I would say there's another author, but like I really didn't like 2 of her books, so I was like, I can't. So QB, and also that's my friend. So yeah, love her work, love the human. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident with my top 5.
So good. That's a good list.
That's a good list.
Yeah.
So
I got a little bit of everything.
What book would you read for the first time again? Like, what book series would you want to be able to read for the first time again? Like, going into it, if you got your memory erased for like one book series and you don't know anything about it and you want to reread it, what would it be?
I think. Do I want to be heartbroken?
Do you want to be heartbroken?
Yeah, because if I say that book, then it's like I'm just asking for pain. Like that series, asking for pain. So I'm not going to say that one. Okay. But series. You know what? I'm gonna go off something that we haven't talked about. The Mindfuck series by
I've been seeing that
Eamon just
everywhere.
posted about that today.
Everywhere.
Eamon just posted
I read
everywhere.
Yeah, I read it a long time ago and I didn't know how to talk about it. I still don't really know how to talk about it because it's literally like 5 novellas. Like they're like 150 pages each. I read them all in a day. I read all 5 in a day.
You know
And
what? Maybe that's what I need to pick up right now.
Yeah, I don't know why she did it like that. But that book, that series, that story, when it came to the end, that was another thing where I was just like, what do you mean? Like when the truth was revealed about something, and I was like, wait, what? I would do that over again. It's about a serial killer, a female serial killer, who's trying to get revenge.
And her boyfriend's the FBI agent?
Dude.
And her boyfriend is the FBI agent who's hunting her.
That's the book that I've been seeing so many TikToks
Everyone's been
about,
talking
like,
about that.
An FBI
It's really
agent
good.
talking to his girlfriend about a serial killer, and his girlfriend, and it was like one girl posted about it, and I was like, oh,
I need to read that because everybody keeps talking about it.
It's so good.
And
it's so good.
I'm a big time like horror.
Maybe we'll do a podcast episode on it then, if you'll read it.
I
love like the FBI dirty kind of cop kind of thing. And
the funny thing is he's not like, he's a brown noser. He follows the rules.
But I love that dynamic though.
It's so good.
This might be, you know what? I think I'm going to read this to get out of my reading slump because it's short. It's quick.
That. It's so good.
Everybody's been talking
literally
about
so
it.
Good.
So I think that might be my next read because I love that. I love like books with like suspense, with like some type of mystery involved, with like, you know, we're working towards something. Like, yes, there's romance, which is like a big pillar of what the book is, but I need a little danger. I need a little,
reading it, my heart was pumping because there were situations where she just came back from like killing someone and she had to meet him somewhere and she might have had blood in her hair or like getting caught, or like, it was so good, like so good. And the romance aspect of it was so good because the way the author detail, and rest in peace to the author, she recently passed away, but like the way she details her brain, because it's like, if you watch Vampire Diaries, she has like a humanity switch, so she's like fighting to like feel things and like fighting to not feel things, and like switching off her serial killer brain when she goes back to him. And then she also has like OCD. So like, and then she's like obsessed with him, and it's
so
literally so good.
Next week's episode is going to be about this because I have school off on Monday, and this is what I'm going to be reading on Monday.
Literally so good. It's very dark also, and not even just about the serial killer aspect, but there is a lot because she's revenge on men. Multiple men.
Have you read Promises and Pomegranates?
I have.
What did you think?
Not my favorite. Not my favorite. It's like, I see where you were going, but I don't know if we got there.
It didn't hit the mark for you.
Yeah. And I think I like the story, I like the characters, but I didn't really favor the writing. I feel like parts were choppy and I was confused, and I was like, how do we get from point A to point B?
I can see that.
The smut was good though.
The smut was good.
Yeah.
Saving grace right there.
Always.
Yeah.
I feel like, I promise, I'm gonna read the Mindfuck series, and then I'm gonna get back to you and let you know. And so if I come to you with questions,
I might ignore you.
It's okay.
I might ignore you. I'm not giving you any spoilers.
That's a better.
I'm gonna let you go through all the emotions, all of them, because
Grace has to read it before me. I cannot read it before Grace. Grace, you have to read it before me.
Yeah.
Because I'll spoil it.
Wait, why?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm notorious for spoiling things for Grace. Well, I only did it really once.
You only did it once,
but
it was enough
notorious.
to traumatize me.
Yeah.
It's enough to traumatize me. It's okay.
It was over a year ago.
It was a long time ago.
It was a year and a half ago, almost.
Still hurts. No, I'm
It
just
was like the
kidding.
beginning of our friendship too.
It's
Like, yeah,
totally
that feels like
fine.
yesterday.
I forgive you. I forgive you. It's totally not. No, but I do need to read it before you because you read lightning quick. And if it takes me a week to read this, I can't have you be like, I'm already done. And I'm gonna be like, damn.
If it takes you a week to read this, I might have to like stop you because
So Grace, you're gonna start tomorrow
150 pages.
at church.
Can I prepare a little?
There's nothing to prepare. Just start it. Okay, just do it.
Is it on Kindle Unlimited?
I do need to get on it because everyone on my For You page everyone who has been book talk related on my For You page has all been about that series. And I feel like it's just a sign, like seeing it on my For You page and then you hear it like talking about it.
And then
It's a
Amen
sign.
literally posting about it earlier today on Snapchat.
And then
like,
Amen too.
Yeah, it's really good. But I don't know how to talk about it because it's literally 5 books that end on cliffhangers. They're less than 200 pages. And the covers are cringy. So if I post them on TikTok, I have to cover them, and it's just I don't like doing that. So
that's why
really
discrete
good.
covers are great. Discrete
I love
covers.
discrete covers.
Or
I don't like people on covers.
There's some books that I love with people on, like J.R. Ward, Black Dagger Brotherhood series.
Oh.
I have those.
I've never heard of that one.
You've never heard of
It's a vampire.
Vampire.
It's like 20 books.
There's like
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. I read 9 of the books.
20?
Yeah. But like those are like
Minutes?
the mass market paperback, like two
Yeah.
people like being sensual on the covers.
Okay. Interesting.
It's like the old like 90s Buffy the Vampire Slayer type of vampires.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're like
That's a vibe.
grunge.
It's an acquired taste, but they're really good stories. Really
It's
good
like
romances.
The plot line though follows throughout the whole series. So it's like it builds with each book. It's kind of how Sophie Lark is, where there's one problem solved in the book, but then like there's still that overarching problem. So
Yeah.
which I enjoy.
That's interesting.
But I think
Yeah.
I think that's why New Camelot is being forever to take through, because I love standalones. Standalones are like I love standalones in series. This
Yeah.
isn't.
If it's
Yeah.
a series and I'm finding out that it's a series, like I have to like drop it and like go back to the beginning and start. Like I want to read the series how it was intended to be, because I feel like there's Easter eggs and little hints here and there for the couple that I'm currently on. Like, you know.
And at first I didn't understand the difference between a series and a trilogy. Now I do. Like New Camelot and Ravenhood, that's a trilogy. You can't start a random book. You have to read them in order. Series, I feel like you can hop around. I would advise against it, because if something is written in order, read it in that order. But trilogies, you got to be ready for those, because you got to read them back to back to back.
Yeah. And those are a little harder because it's like it slows down too, and you're like with
where are we going?
Yeah, with standalones you basically get a whole new story as like the overarching story progresses. So that's why I find them faster to read as well. So.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Grace, you were gonna say something?
No.
Oh,
you have another question?
I thought you were gonna say something too.
Okay.
I thought I was, and then I didn't.
So Grace, there's not Grace. I see a book series behind you. It's at the top row, and I recognize it. I see the Tate James. Is that the Madison Kate series?
It is.
Thoughts?
I loved it at the time.
Now?
It was my first RH.
Mm-hmm.
I still love it. I appreciate it for what it was.
It's her writing style is very easy. Like it's
very easy. It's kind of straight to the point. Like you think like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you know what's gonna happen. Once you get there, you're like, I knew it. Still love that one. I I still love it.
Did you
I
read
just don't feel like it
Hades?
needed to be 4 books. I did read
Yeah.
Hades,
Did
and
you-
that's why I'm kind of that's why they're not up there, even though I read them. Because my motto is I read on Kindle Unlimited first, find out if I love something, and then I buy the paperback. Because I'm not a paperback reader. I feel like that would be a waste of money if I bought a book, read it, and hated it. Can I get my money back?
Yeah.
So
We'll just
read
return it
Hades.
on Amazon.
True. But who has time for that? I
don't.
I'm lazy. So I read Hades, and I feel like it was the same thing. I feel like I read the same thing. She writes in the same format.
It felt like instead of Madison, it was Archer as a girl. If you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's how it felt. Like if Archer was a woman and had a harem.
Yeah. I can see that.
But
she
was my first reverse harem too. No, she was not.
Hades first?
No, Tate James.
Oh, okay. Yeah. At least I think so. Did I read Diver's Heart first? Am I lying? Am I a liar? I don't remember.
Started Diver's Heart, but I never finished. And then I read Madison Kate, and it took me 3 months to finish Diver's Heart.
Really?
I literally got like 70% of the way through, and I left it and then picked it up like 3 months later and finished it.
Diver's Heart was a good one for me.
It was.
Love that. But,
you know what?
Yeah.
Den of Vipers was my first reverse harem book. That was
early on in your romance.
Literally, it was January. I read like over a year ago now. That was my first like reverse harem introduction.
Yeah. Diver's Heart, literally no thoughts, just vibes. Like it literally makes no sense. Like
it was like a sci-fi romance.
It was too much, but then it was like good, but then I was just like, okay, do I really like this? Like the whole time I was like, what am I actually reading here? But I loved it. I think I gave it like 4 stars. But now that I'm looking back, I'm like, really, what the hell was this?
I don't even remember much of it. I just remember books.
I do remember Ryder's crazy ass and his sparkly fanny pack. I do remember a water bottle.
Oh, that's Den of Vipers. Yep. The knife.
I do remember a knife and a gun being used.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of what the fuck moments. And we were too stunned to like comment.
It really
now
was
I don't recommend it because it's crazy. Yeah.
Like it was her
when
book
I see people recommending that as like a first RH, I'm like, are you okay? Why would you recommend that as someone's first RH?
Have you read Lilac?
I have.
How was it?
It's not good.
Because I have
that again literally made no sense. It made no sense.
No sense. So it's gonna be interesting when I read it because I got sent it and I was like, oh, thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, I hope you can find some enjoyment in it.
See, I don't know. Like, I'm not a very critical person when it comes to books. Like, if I enjoy it and I vibe with it, I like it. That's why I get vague reviews. I'm like, I enjoyed this. Like, I don't know what else to tell people.
It's easy to throw me off. So once I'm thrown off, the rest of the book,
once a book gives you like an ick, you're like done with it.
I also read so fast that I really don't have time to catch the icks. So
if you read it fast, if you don't, that's your ick.
That's true.
Your ick is if you don't read it, if you can't read it fast, you won't finish it.
Yeah.
That's you.
American King.
Yeah. Speaking of kind of vibes and how you rate books, do you ever like rate a book like really good and then like maybe like a month or two later you look back at it and you're just like
She literally said that with Madison Kate.
Oh hell yeah. I'll snatch my stars back fast.
Yeah. Do you go back and like take them out?
On Instagram out of my highlights? No, probably not. Goodreads, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you do like a disclaimer at all? Like, hey, I changed my rating or
No, only if I'm asked about it. Like if someone is like, "Oh, I saw you read this and you gave it," I'm like, "Oh, actually," like just how we just talked about Den of Vipers and Lilac and Madison Kate. Yeah, but I won't like post, "Oh, I told y'all this was 5 stars. I changed my mind. It's a 3." I'm not gonna do that because again, I don't want to talk shit. But I feel like because when you read so much as I read, and then you go and then people ask you for a recommendation and you look through your roster or whatever, you're like, okay, I'm not going to tell you that one because now I know that there's something better kind of thing.
Yeah. Do you have like a baseline with your rating? Like
I do kind of. Yeah.
My
Depending on how.
Yeah.
What's your baseline?
4. There's a 4. My 4 is a baseline. 4 is I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I could possibly reread it if I wanted to. It was really good. If it's a 5, that book was amazing. If it's a 3, it was a struggle. And anything, I never go below that unless I absolutely hated it, and I never do that. I'm a positive person.
No, because my 3 is not a struggle.
Really?
Yeah.
My 3 is like, it needed a good chunk to be good.
See, if
it's
I hate
weird.
A book,
my 3 vary.
I'll still finish a book.
Same, because I don't like to DNF. I can't DNF.
I don't like DNFing. I really don't like it.
I struggled through 365 days. I struggled through that book.
I made it through that one book that author sent me that had so many typos in it. The formatting was terrible.
That book, like literally, like
it was like early 2000s Wattpad writing with like the outfit descriptions and like
literally like early 2000s style.
Like the dialogue wasn't separated from the paragraphs, so sometimes you didn't even know who was talking.
Oh no, I can't. I hate when I open a book in Kindle or something and it's just one big clump. No, I can't. I need space.
This was the physical form, like physical copy.
This was physical.
And they spelled height, HEIGT, regular height, HIGHT.
So many errors. Like it needed to go through editing a few times.
Like 5 times.
And I finished it. That just proves my DNFing has a high standard. Like I will go through it.
That's like the one book last year that I DNF'd.
The only book I DNF'd was, I don't remember which one it was, the Takeover or the Stopover, the one with the mom. I didn't finish it.
That's the Takeover.
Yeah, I didn't finish that one. You know what? Maybe I should take the Stopover out of my repertoire because I always say I hated it, which I didn't. I liked it, I think. Was that the one with camping?
Yeah.
I liked that one.
I
tolerated that one.
Yeah, I give that one a 3.
My favorite of the 3 though, because the last one was better than the first 2. Was way
the last one, isn't he the eldest? I didn't get to him.
No, the first one is he's the eldest.
Really?
Jameson is the eldest.
And then
Tristan is the Takeover, who he is the second.
And Elliot is the other one.
Elliot is the one that lives in London. And he's the one that is like obsessed with some artist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to him.
That's the Casanova. That's his book. His book was way better, like written, and like the storyline and the romance was way better.
So, I couldn't get over the fact that in the Stopover, she was obsessed with this company, wanted this job so badly, yet she didn't know she was screwing her boss. How did you not know who he was or what he looked like?
Well, I understand beforehand, like on the plane, you didn't know like who he was, but like also her weird obsession with the company. I was like,
Sis, you should have known.
And especially with them being like in tabloids all the time, like
that didn't make any sense to me. I don't know. It was cool.
The other ones are the last one, the Casanova, they work together and it's a rivals to lovers. And they're pen pals.
So. I love a pen pal. situation. I read a few.
It's cute. I did like that one, but that's that. But I don't remember ever giving a book 2 to 1 stars.
I do.
I'm pretty sure I have done it.
I
don't remember.
I gave a book 0 stars.
I just mark it as read,
365
and
days.
I just don't.
I literally I posted my review for 365 days. That's like my best reviewed review ever. But it was the wackiest. The movie is great compared to the book.
That
the
movie was good. I didn't know it was a book first.
What? The movie was great
compared to the
cute. I didn't read the book, so
in the book
I gave a book 1 star.
I didn't read the book either.
In the book, he fake implants her with birth control, but it's actually a tracker.
Yeah.
He lies to her first and says it's birth control, and then later tells her no, it's actually a tracker. I got the review. I got the arc for the second book though.
What the hell?
Yeah. No, it's like my best review, and people were like, it's my best video. I have the video pinned. I love that video of me just buying it. And then I literally posted it that day and people were like, have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? And I'm like, I just take my whole day and read the book and then give my review. And I was like, I did this for TikTok.
Yeah.
But if anybody ever asks, I've had customers ask, what's the worst book you've ever read? And I'm like, you really want to know? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, here you go.
I'm terrible when people ask me about oh, what's this type of book, or do you have any recs for this? Because if I haven't read it in the past 2 months, I forget about it. I know that I've read it, but it's kind of like that thing, out of sight, out of mind. Mm-hmm. So if I'm not talking about it consistently, I'll forget it. I know I enjoyed it, but it won't pop up into my mind if you ask me oh, what's a contemporary romance that has I don't know, something, and then I'm just oh, I don't know, even though I read
use a book tracker. I use a book tracker now. Yeah. Maya reads Spice. She made a book tracker for all the books you read, and I use it because on TikTok, or people are just so bold now. They just slide into your DMs. I want this. Give me a recommendation.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, do I work for you?
People do that in my comments.
Where's the hi? Hello, how are you?
People who comment oh, do you have any recs? And I'm like, did you not?
So I use a tracker. It's really hefty. While I'm reading, I'll just jot things down. So is this one updated? So I have the title, the author, if it's in a series, the page, genre, and then I made my own columns. So the relationship dynamic, if it's RH, MM, MMS, whatever, tropes, their names.
What's this on Google Sheets?
Yep. Sometimes I forget the characters' names, so I have a column for their names.
I've been thinking about doing this because I will literally have to write down on sticky notes
I used to do that.
Something.
Yeah, so I have different columns: ratings, Spice, if she was a virgin, if there's toys, spanking, praise, choking, anal, everything.
So do you want to send me this?
Yeah, I can. Maya made it, so I'll probably just get it from her.
Oh my gosh, because I need that because I'll write sticky notes, and I used to keep them in the covers of books. So whenever I needed to do a recommendation video or something, I just look through covers and see.
Dang, that would take forever though.
Not really. So right?
No, not the Google Sheets. I'm talking about the Post-it, because you'd have to pull out every book, look at it. That's so much work.
And sometimes at first I thought I was being smart by making all these shelves on Goodreads, but that takes forever too.
That takes Goodreads. So long.
So this is helpful.
Yeah.
Super helpful, because people be or sometimes when you don't know what to do for content and you're oh, I want to do recs where there's booty play, or where you recs where there's your favorite necklaces for choking or something like that, just to try to be creative based on that or whatever, if you're going through a dry spell. Easy. So yeah. Love that.
That's smart. I feel like I don't read enough to fill it. My list would be very, very empty. But
Yeah.
if I start now, by the time I have a bunch, it'll all be organized. So
Also, if you
thinking
do
ahead.
it as you're reading, because that's what I need. I need something as I'm reading.
Same.
Because then I would forget. I always forget.
Same.
Yeah.
That's what I do. If
That's
something happens in the book and I'm like, ooh, I want to remember that, or ooh, I want to use it for a video, then I'll just in the
See, I'll
notes.
do it on Goodreads. I'll update on the page, and I'll do like, I'll write like, I'll update the page, and I'll be like TikTok video, and then I'll like save it. And I've gotten like comments like,
Oh.
"What video is this?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait and
Yeah.
find out.
Well, if
I
I'm
talk
reading
a lot
on
of shit on
Kindle,
Goodreads.
I'll do a note. I'll
I'll do
highlight a
that too.
note. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My last question for you. I wanted to talk to you about your small business
Yes.
because you sell merch. So tell us
I
about how you started with
do.
that and your journey with that.
So I started, why did I start? Because my mom owns a business. She owns a plus size boutique. And I believe when I started my Instagram, I read 1,000 Boy Kisses, and that was my first like sad book that I had ever read. And I say now, like, thugs don't cry. I don't like to cry. So I kept saying that over and over. And then I started saying, oh yeah, I'm a bad bitch and I read books. So then eventually it turned to bad bitches read books. And my mom was like, you should put that on a shirt. And so I was like, okay. So I went to Canva and just chose my font, did it. And then she was already working with like a lady for her t-shirts because she makes like cute, like thick girls do it too, or like stuff like that. So she had all the foundation laid pretty much for shirts, sizes, and all that. And I figured with my generation, I feel like there's this Etsy era right now instead of going to someone's website. So I was like, okay, let me try Etsy. So I sent the shirt to her lady. We got them printed. And then one day, I think I hit 10. I think this is when I hit 10K or when I hit 1K on Instagram. Something happened that day. And I was like, okay, I'll just drop it. And then I dropped the merch. Yeah, I did 2 shirts at once. I did Bad Bitches Read Books. And then I Need Books, Not Boys on the same time. And then I did this one last because I wasn't really, I still don't really like this one.
On your shop, there's only one left of Bad Bitches Read Books. I have it in my cart. So
yes, that's my staple.
Literally
I really
in my
didn't
cart.
think it was gonna be I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal. But yeah, that one sells the most. I have to restock. I had to find a new vendor because something happened with that lady. So hopefully by the end of this month, not even the end of it. Yeah, the end of it. I have a restock coming. The order went out. I'm just waiting to get them back. And I have another design coming soon.
We'll have to show you our designs too because we've been designing. Grace has been designing and I've been giving critique.
The graphic designer over here.
Yeah.
Love her.
I design and Maggie just tells me no.
Or I'm like, is that too much red?
And I said, no, it's fine.
Like,
no, but then like
the shirt's gonna be black, and I'm like, that wasn't my critique.
Well, yeah. But the more I looked at it and then the plan that we have for our merch, I was just like, you're right. Let me not do red. So I did change it.
Yeah. That's
so
another thing. I feel like
marketing.
She wants that on record, Maggie, that she listens to you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Is my degree paying for this?
I feel like when I started mine as well, I wanted it to reflect me, because I'm not a colorful person. So I won't ever have a freaking red shirt or a pink shirt. And I know there's people out there who would want a red shirt and a pink shirt, but that's just not me. So I'm not just gonna put out things just for the sake of it can make me a quick buck. Like I want it to be something I would wear. It represents me. And then if someone resonates with it and they're like, oh, I like that, I'm gonna buy that. Then yeah. So I'm kind of going for like simplistic, chill. You can dress it up and down. You can wear it with like leather pants. I'm gonna do hoodies next, I think, or like sweaters.
Oh yeah,
But
I definitely need hoodies. That's my thing. I have too
yeah,
many.
hoodies are my thing. And then there's people who like sweaters, and I'm like, why you don't want a hoodie on the back? Like,
I need a
Literally wear your
hoodie.
hoodie.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hoodies are
So I'm
it.
gonna do both soon
That's
after
good.
the restock. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying. It's hard. I work a full-time job, and it's hard, but
I'm
I'm
glad
doing it.
that I haven't started my job. I still have like a week left.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm trying to get all these designs finished before I have no time to do that.
Yeah,
And then it's just literally packing orders and shipping them off. Because that part I feel like is pretty easy,
yeah.
but it's like the creating part that takes forever.
Oh yeah, that stresses me out. I'd be wanting to quit. I'm like, is this too boring? Are people gonna like this? Like,
Yeah. I
that's
do
my least favorite
I
part.
do ask like people I feel like are straight up with me. So
Mm-hmm.
I ask you and Pauline and I ask
Mm-hmm.
Maggie and I'll ask
Yeah.
Eamon.
Because I'm not afraid to say no. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
You're not afraid to say
Yeah.
no.
I'm literally
And
like, we need a different color here.
yeah.
Yeah.
Red.
I'll send it to my mom or like my group chat with the girls
Yeah.
for feedback.
Because like for this, I feel like I can talk about it. Because like for this new rebrand that we're doing, because we haven't done apparel yet. This will
Mm-hmm.
be our first apparel. Because our first design that we were gonna launch, unfortunately we can't do it anymore thanks to certain events. But that's
Yeah,
whatever. And
I was excited
so
about that.
now the direction that I wanted to go with this new design is because my brother, he is very into like vintage graphic t-shirts. And I
Mm-hmm.
really like the look of them. I like that like old weathered kind of like comic book kind of,
Pop art.
Yeah.
yeah, you know. And so I was like, I could totally do that. And he's asked me often because my brother wants to get into apparel. He
Mm-hmm.
wants to learn how to sew and he wants to know how to learn how to do embroidery. So that's his
Yeah.
thing. So he'll often ask me like, can you make this design or can you do something? And I'll make something for him fit for
Yeah.
his style. And so he can go ahead and make it. But then when I saw those comic book ones, I was just like, those look pretty easy. I feel
It's
Yeah.
like,
so good. Like, I'm
and
looking
romance,
right now.
we need more, wearable romance
The subtle.
attire.
Like, it's subtle, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you saw the design, you're like, oh, that's a cute like design. But then if you know the book and you've read it, you're like,
Mm, you know?
I see what
Yeah.
you did there.
That's what I feel like when I wore my There Are No Saints hoodie by Sophie Lark. The design on the back is so beautiful. I get so many compliments on it. And I'm just like, wow, thank you. If only you knew it's about a book. Like it's a
Yeah,
snake on the back. It's so pretty.
Yeah, the
So
exactly.
yeah,
I
that's a
don't
vibe.
like merch that feels like a bumper sticker. I don't like it
Like
where it
like
has,
it can only be for one type of audience or something. Like
yeah,
yeah.
and it's like very specific. Like it has the book title, it has like,
Yeah.
like it's very specific to the book. I don't like that because I
Yeah.
feel like, well, what if I want to wear it like,
out.
out and dress it
Mhm.
up? I can't really because it's very specific to books, which is great because that style works for some people. But for
Yeah.
me, I want something a little more low key, a little more like
I need
adapted.
it to be low key. I literally go to business school. Like the guys are gonna look at me and be like,
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. But
Yeah.
"This
I feel like
bitch."
there's a lane for everyone. And I honestly I have not seen a lot of merch.
I've seen
Like
a lot of loud romance merch.
Like cups and like I've seen
yeah.
stickers, but like I've seen like the bookish box, but they don't really do like romance. They do like YA.
And
But I want some
fantasy.
like fun, like that's why I love Grace's idea for like the pop art. I was like, we got the whole all six. We literally were texting about what the six designs would be, and we got them all
Yeah.
done in like 10 minutes. And we were like, it's gonna look so cool because some of them are like, ooh,
Yeah.
so
But I like that. I like the idea that like everybody has a different style,
I
and
do.
everybody,
So
everybody
everyone will have a
has their
place
little
to
vibe.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for you.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see what other designs you got coming. If you need help, girl, let me know. I don't care.
We talked about this, Grace.
Well, I'm saying it now so that way you don't feel like you gotta worry. I'm your friend. You can ask me.
That was a really reluctant, I'm your friend. It was kind of a little...
I wanted to like to be like, oh, you know, I don't know. I was gonna think of another word, but I couldn't, so I went with friend.
Yeah. It's okay. I know.
You know. It's the same way you help me out. It's okay. Fun.
Yeah. Okay.
So for all of our listeners, if you haven't checked out Tanya's shop, make sure you guys do. It'll be linked in our description, so you guys can go ahead and check out her shop and check out all of her socials and see all the content that she has, because it is amazing. And clearly you guys have heard she is an absolutely amazing person, and she keeps it 100 all the time.
Period.
All the time. All the time.
Period.
But I think that this is a great place for us to end our episode. We thank you for having us here with you while we just, you know, chat.
Thank you for having me. I didn't understand why anyone would want to talk to me. You know, like I'm nobody. I'm just a girl here talking about books. But I was happy to be here. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was nervous because I'm like, what the hell am I going to talk about? Like, I don't even know how to talk.
See, well,
Like,
we talk. We always find something to talk about.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But we'll have Tanya's, all of her social media links down below. We'll have the shop linked down below as well. So don't snag up the last t-shirt, because I'm going to try to snag it up. So if anybody takes it before I do, I'm going to come for you and I will find you. But there are other designs in the shop, so you can definitely purchase those. She's wearing one right now. For our audio listeners, go to the shop and you can see. And it's great. But thank you everybody who's listening. Next week's episode, I have no idea what it's going to be about, so stick to the podcast Instagram and just see what we're going to post, because I don't know. I'm struggling.
We're going with the flow this year.
Yeah.
Right. Easy breezy.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye everyone.
Bye.